If you want your films to be the best that they've ever been, couples lining out the door to hire you because you are that good, then we need to talk about the 5 things that you should stop doing in your edits so that you can take your wedding films to the next level. What's up, storytellers, wedding filmmakers? Jared with an I here. If you are new to the channel, this is the go-to home for the next generation of wedding filmmakers to learn, grow, build confidence, and make better wedding films. So if you're into that sort of thing, if that's your slice of wedding day cake, it would mean so much if you consider liking and subscribing. First up on things that I feel that you should stop doing within your wedding films is stop including everything. Stop overthinking the process and feeling that sense of anxiety that you have to include every moment from the wedding day in order to make your couple happy. Yes, we want our couples to be happy, but we also want to create films that are meaningful, that leave a lasting impact, and have an inspiring tone. You can't really capture the essence of who your couple is by including all of these unremarkable moments. We really want to be intentional with the shots that we're selecting, the moments that we're including, and you can let go of that anxiety feeling like you have to include everything for the sake of making your client happy. Start chopping away, removing all the fat, taking out all of those unremarkable moments, and what you are left with, look at the bigger picture and ask yourself, how can I make this wedding film more than a wedding film? And the answer is kind of in the question, right? Because if you want to create a film that's more than a wedding film, film things outside of the wedding. Take your couple on a story session. Film a day in their life. Things that really capture and motivate their journey as a couple versus just trying to cram everything into an 8-hour wedding day. I think the wedding film formula really needs to shift in a massive way. And this is just one way that we can go about doing that in really serving our couples in a powerful way, giving them more than a wedding film, but a true treasure that reflects their life together. It's no secret that drones have become a standard in the wedding filmmaking process. Let me first say drones are awesome. I have 2 of them. They're a lot of fun, but they're also kind of boring.
What did you say?
We have a tendency to use them as a crutch just to get us started when we sit down to edit a wedding film. And I say we because I am super guilty of this. I myself have several films that have started with a drone shot and even end with a drone shot. But think about how much more impactful your film could be if you started with personality or something emotional. Probably a lot. People empathize with people. And by catering your edit more towards character and personality, instead of trying to hook your audience with a epic drone shot, you're going to end up creating a more engaging and genuine film. Unless the location is super exotic and it's one of those areas where you just daydream and it's your fantasy location when you're sitting at your cubicle, you're 9 to 5 and you're wishing you were there instead of here, then I get it. But in my opinion, if you stick to using moments that have connection, that have that emotive spirit, and that are relatable, you're going to create more of a timeless film that truly resonates and leaves a lasting impact. Number 3 is overusing transitions. Now, my first and second year of wedding filmmaking, for whatever reason, I loved rack focusing. Like, literally everything. This was just my thing. I didn't have fancy sliders. I didn't have any gimbals. I just rack focused every single shot. And for whatever bizarre reason, I kept getting hired. The main point of this is just to be careful of overusing transitions. And honestly, I totally get it. When I first started, there was no intention, there was no motivation behind using this thing. We saw it in some wedding films or we saw it on YouTube and we thought, oh, this is what we have to do. This is what is in wedding films, so that's what I'm going to use. But we really need to look at the purpose of these transitions. For cross dissolves is really the main purpose is to highlight the passage of time. To start your film, to end your film, to show a transition, to take your viewer from one part of the story to the next and keep them engaged. So instead, work on building out your shots and sequences without these transitions to get better at creating a linear story. If this means that the first few wedding films that you create are very chronological, that's okay. You're just really practicing those fundamentals first so that you can get more adept at recognizing and honing in that story instinct of which shots and which path is going to serve the couple in the best way possible. Next is audio is so much more important than good visuals. What couples value the most, especially in my experience, is getting to hear the people that matter most to them. If you want your films to stand out, it starts by recognizing that the dialogue you capture on the wedding day is pivotal if you want to create emotion driven wedding films and avoid creating just another wedding film highlight. Now, I know one of the biggest dilemmas we face when we're filming weddings is that not every couple is going to give you those emotional vows or be vulnerable, the heart on their sleeve type of couple. And that is totally okay. But one thing that every couple will have is personality. And it just takes you understanding who they are so that you can capture and tell their story in a way that truly embodies them. That's where wedding day questionnaires are so valuable, and I have a free download in the description below if you want to see what I use so that you can start being more intentional and getting to know your couples before their wedding day. But the main goal is to really put an emphasis on capturing quality audio on the wedding day. The ambience, the atmosphere, real conversations with people from the day, interviews from their guests, their family, the bride, the groom, mom, dad, anything that you can really capture on the wedding day to really capture the essence of who your couple is. Dialogue is super powerful, and it's going to help you in your films really take shape to create intentional and impactful films. Last is you are the artist, not your couple. One of the mistakes that I made early on was letting the couple dictate the art versus trying to build something from my own perspective. It's so easy to fall into this trap when you first get started because you really lack the fundamentals of communicating the value that you bring to the table, and it can lead you down the path of having the couple really dictate every single frame, tell you how they want their film from start to finish. They are the creative director and you are just the hired help. And if you're in that position right now, it's okay. I've been there because I get it. You're just trying to secure the booking. You're trying to make money, build your portfolio. But the problem is that your portfolio can become pretty lackluster if you're letting your couple dictate every single step in the process. And honestly, this can be incredibly discouraging, defeating, and oftentimes demeaning. So one way that you guys can build confidence and avoid this from ever happening is to read the book Steal Like an Artist. This really is such an amazing read and one that has helped me a ton, especially in my business now. And it would have been insanely useful when I first got started because I wouldn't have been so stressed and overthinking every single decision that I made and letting couples really just run all over me. It's a great read that really applies finding yourself as an artist that is true to you and the people that inspire you. In essence, when you first get started, study other filmmakers and styles that do inspire you. Reverse engineer the process to learn that style. And then go do the same thing from 3 other filmmakers that you love until you finally have an amalgamation of 10 different artists packaged into one film. And then you'll never have a couple question you or want to impede on your creative ability because they will trust you. They hired you for that specific style. They want what you bring to the table because of the way you make them feel, all because you found your unique voice in the vast sea of creators. And that's not something that's going to happen overnight. It definitely takes time, so just don't be discouraged if you're in that place right now where couples are just running all over you. They are the artist, you're not, or that's how they make you feel. I promise there is a light at the end of that dark tunnel, and it just takes implementing these steps and just practicing and continuing to build yourself as an artist and a business owner to come out the other side as the person that you want to be. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and valuable in some way. If you did, drop a comment below. Let me know what are some trends, some things in the wedding films that you see that you just hope kind of die off. Things that you think we should all stop doing to really elevate the wedding film formula and bring it to the next level. Either way, I'd love to hear from you guys. So until next time, keep creating and telling beautiful stories. Peace.